What? 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 What?
Hello, I'm Eagle.
What?
Eagle Gardens 1 on Instagram, and this is episode 731.5. Hello, I'm Eagle. Eagle Gardens. Welcome to the Weed Nerd World. Fuck yeah, today, Res, Auto, Southern PT Grower, I Fly.
I'm just pumped about some shit from a thrift shop. Some of the friends just so damn
Fucked
toxic.
up
The people like
shit from the thrift shop.
rolling there, hella deep.
What's up, guys?
Resting
What
off
you smoking
my
out
shoes,
around
was a train, drink,
2TK? What's
remain
up?
standing next to me. Probably
Cheers,
watched
cheers,
another
cheers, guys.
But shit, it was 99 cents.
It was 99 cents. Cheers, green fingers. Ow.
Someone else Ow. What you fucking meant, I'm stunting and flossing and saving my money, and I'm hella happy that the bargain. I'm gonna take your grandpa style. I'm gonna take your grandpa style.
Good to see you, High and Fly.
I
I got some coffee too for round two, even though I should have grabbed me some juice.
keyboard. I bought a broken keyboard.
I love that shit. Had a broken keyboard or bought a book.
John Wayne ain't got to know my friends game help. I can take some photos. Make a cool.
I did grab some
Take a
shit.
be like, oh, he got the Velcro.
I grabbed some
$20 in my pocket.
rags.
I'm looking for a
Apple cider vinegar. Bits.
Looking for
People man, what's up, Justin Bean? How you guys doing?
On your noggin, what you knowing about wearing a fur fox skin? I'm digging, I'm searching right through that.
House is
One
thrift
man's
shop.
trash, that's another man's come up. Thinking grand, donating that flab shirt, because right now I'm up in her stuff. I'm at the
I've had it through a few thrift shops come up to my life.
Your
That's for
auntie, your
sure.
mama, your mammy. I'll take the flannel zebra jammies.
I guess I could say I've popped some tags.
Built a onesie with the socks on them. The fuck, I hit the party and they said,
Excuse me.
oh, that Gucci, that's illustrated. I'm like, yo, that's $50 for a t-shirt. Limited edition, let's do some simple edition. $50 for a t-shirt. That's just some ignorant bitch.
Steve.
What's
up? Steve.
And that was the same one. 600 people in this club is a hella don't eat gang. Come take a look at my phone. Trying to get girls from a brand, man, you hella won't.
I love this shirt.
Man, you hella won't.
Because I love the fucking butt hump too. So far, I see me.
$20 in my pocket.
Espresso,
Looking for a come up.
cappuccino time, double espressos, and steel ass. Oh shit!
I'm in this big ass cold.
Sacred Gardens.
I'll lay your granddad's gold.
Thank you, Chico Man.
Some tags. $20 in my pocket. I'm looking for a
See that as face charity. What's up, 710?
Is that your grandma's coat?
Is that your grandma's weed? Fucking funny. Who we got? Green fingers.
Feeling glad I got sunshine.
That's good too.
In a bag, I'm useless, but not for long. The future is coming on. I'm happy. I'm feeling glad I got sunshine. In a
What's up,
bag,
Rodrigo?
but not for long.
That red lamp.
Future is coming on. It's coming on. It's coming. It's coming on. It's coming.
What else is you?
Please, someone let me out of my cage. Now,
Somebody let Green Fingers out of the cage. What's up? What's up, Green Fingers?
Cheers.
What's up with the black?
Camera backwards? It started out backwards? What the hell?
You sure did.
It's weird. Never starts out backwards for me. Very strange. Cheers. Now I feel like I gotta jump out to jump back in. Just that was weird. I was gonna show my face looking through the hole. It was not.
Chiva Man's asking, how can he get some weed near bros here? Is it time for that? I don't think it's time. I hate doing that too.
What, to let
Kinda-
people know about it, or to just keep it on the hush for now?
No, just to like for to get gear and shit. I just
Let's
uh,
get it going. I'll bust the ads out. Just send me the message what I gotta say, and I'll remember it. And then next time I'll be like, like a commercial.
I would like to make it available for people, but I just feel I wouldn't want to make anything of it. It would have to be at cost. Make it as easy as possible for them to have to keep it in kind of the free mindset. You know what I mean? I
Just give a free pack of seeds away with each one would be cool.
that'd be, yeah.
Yeah, a bunch of freebies I could throw in there to give away for shit like that. Stuff that we don't have to. Like thousands of seeds, I gotta fucking get ready. Just pop 6 of them, they all pop. 5 of them
See,
pop. 7
I
of them pop.
honestly believe my hang up with this is, you know, I never really, not even in a million years, set out for this with the idea or intent ever to make any money.
Yeah.
You know, I view this 100% more and more as it goes on is hanging out with friends. You know what I mean? And then when you fucking start to, try to and again, this is all in my head. When you gather that group of friends, and then you're like, oh, well, if you really love me, you'd lend me $20.
Right? Or hey, the business aspect of it, not about the love. What about the fucking I put up this part and you only put up that part, it's not even. Like that whole shit fucking falls in. It's like what the fuck? Everything's even if it's even. Call it half and half and it's half and half, whatever. That type of shit. Somebody always gets butt hurt in the group.
You know, if I ever did put out something that would that I would be happy with putting out for us, I would want it to be as cool and as individualized as it
Yeah.
could be. So basically, especially with this design, I would love this. There's multiple ways we could go with this. We could actually make this like the whole uh kind of, I don't know, bikerish design that it is. You could have this on the back of the shirt, even though I love it on the front. You could have it on the back and have like your handle like as a rocker above it. So you could have like green fingers above it, and then you could have like a bottom rocker, that said California. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Weed nerd. So it'd be green fingers, weed nerd world, and then bam, California, rep, basically.
Yeah.
And I think that would be cool. Even like, would even be a cooler version of that would be like a baseball jersey with that on the back.
Yeah. All different sports jerseys. Like literally just whatever sport you like, you get that jersey. Like if you like the hockey one, you get a hockey one made for you. Or if you like basketball, you get a basketball one made like that'd be kind of cool, like individualized shit, but still uniform.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool. They have all different sports jerseys with the W WNW on it, just right on the front, on the sleeves, just like a sports jersey, just for the people, not even individualized, but just for the people. Like that'd be cool too. Just the We Nerd World jersey, like fucking put in each sport, fucking be like, oh shit. That's our team, you know. Be fucking cool. Dope as fuck.
I think it would be. I would, yeah, something like that. I think would be cool, especially because you could individualize it. You know
Yeah,
what I
you
mean?
can get them all individualized if you want, the customized ones, and then for the people that are on the street that don't want nobody to know their name, but hey, I want to rock the shirt. Let me get the Weed Nerd World jersey, like just the regular one without the name, fucking just for the people who do want to rock it out there. That'd be cool.
You could have it either or, so you could have
Yeah,
like just
you
a
could have
design
one
like
rocked
this,
out,
or you
yeah,
could go full rocker.
rocked out, and get the front and back, or just the front and just the back, or just that sleeve, like all the just options for people, because that's people like to customize shit and feel like they're in charge. Like gives them the one time in their life besides their house or their household to be in charge of something. It's like, oh shit, I get to be in charge right now. Design it the way I want it to be. The custom shit, the bleach type shit, put their names on the back with the weed leaves. Kazoo's got that shit on lock, you know?
No, Kuzu's, you know what I mean? There is kind of like an underground, almost like street team effort going on. I didn't even realize it with like Kazoo fucking sending out some of these fucking shirts to fucking some cool ass weed nerds. As I seen him, like I thought that was fucking cool as fuck when Chad Westport popped on. He had one. I'm like, no shit, it's fucking awesome. It's
Yeah.
super awesome. I can't believe that you guys have honestly started taking it upon yourselves.
It was gonna happen either from somebody, you know. Probably wanted
Okay.
ideas from more than one person too, but other people just think of it and don't do it. He's a doer, so shit gets done because he was a doer.
Yeah.
Should have heard a pop outside. Wonder what the fuck that was. It rained for fucking the whole day today. All day today it
Another
rained.
another awesome word weed nerd. Truth through 420.
Yeah,
Designed up some slats and has went and asked weed nerds if they wanted some and if they would spread them around and put them in cool places. You know,
yeah,
guys are fucking pretty awesome.
yeah. Okay, shit.
You guys built it. You guys helped build it.
You built it. We just came. Yeah,
Not even.
you built it. Gave us a place to come. That's the whole shit.
What you smoking on tonight? What you got?
Not a damn thing yet. I'm just waiting for these 3 minutes to be over so we can smoke and cuss and then get away with it. Just kidding. The first 3 minutes of the show, so now we can be like, fuck off, everybody. We can smoke and do whatever we want. They're not watching no more. First three
Mom and
minutes
Dad.
over. It's
That's
how the
pretty
people
fun.
that are watching, and the algorithm doesn't really care anymore because the first 3 minutes are over. We can do whatever we want. I smoke some Betty White. Almost out. Problem with weed that tastes good. With weed, I bit my tongue. With weed that tastes good, you want to smoke it because it tastes good. Rather have weed
Betty
that gets
White.
you really high.
I've
So,
never smoked the strain, but just thinking that there's the lady always made me smile. That chick was fucking funny as hell. Anyway,
yeah, no, this you makes you want to just smoke over and like you get high as fuck, but you want to taste it over and over and over. Like, yeah, you just want to retaste the joint, smoke the whole joint, the roach, hack the roach, smoke that. Like, fuck, I just want to smoke more of it, more of it, more of
thank
it.
God you said Rose. I thought you were actually talking about Betty White for a second.
I was gonna say something dirty shit like that, but I was like, nah. I was like, it doesn't, there's nothing dirty about this weed, you know? Just dirty mind. I did those mushrooms yesterday and didn't get as high as I wanted, but pretty high. doesn't seem to work. Stuff don't work like it used to when I was a teenager.
Oh, I don't think about that. I think that's there are definitely a lot of strains out there, and some
Some
do
of them
hit
just aren't.
harder than others.
Yeah, some aren't ready. They're not ready for me. I want to say they're, they're not ready
Even at
for me.
even at that, and again, my naive there.
Yeah,
I don't cultivate mushrooms, so but I do, and I am starting to form the opinion that they're very much like cannabis. You know what I mean? Me and you both can grow the same strain, but they're
yeah,
going to
different.
be differences in quality and stuff. And I think that goes for our friend the mushrooms as well. I think we can grow the same strains, and one may come out
Completely
heavier
different.
hitting than the other one.
More for the person, I think, that's growing them, like more for that individual type. Like, I feel like it knows what you need. The earth knows what we need.
What's up, Major?
Autos.
Oh man, if that was the truth, we know that Mother Nature would just destroy autos and it would never
I
exist.
didn't say Mother Nature. I said Earth. Okay.
What's up, boys?
What's
So
up?
Oh man, smoking some of that silverback gelato. It's not bad. Has a nice little fruitiness there. I think
I
I
didn't
still
know
like
if
the
it-
fucking V2,
Oh,
the primal V2. Yeah, so far that's the winner, man. And I actually lost. I still got a chance of keeping my old number 10 cut, but I think it's gone, and I only have the primal punch number 6. But that's the number 6 is that baby banana food terpy one, man. I think it's a hasher. Like I haven't made hash out of it yet, but the structure is so wide open, it's so crystallized, and the banana terps are so pronounced that. But the yield on it's so bad. Like it's such a short plant.
that
But I
fucking
still,
V2
but I
makes
still,
some amazing banana hash. It's true
the
to the
name.
fucking bud. Yeah. If you get a chance, run some,
Banana hammock?
set it aside. You know what I mean? Set that one aside so you can just make some V2
well,
hash.
just sort of like Green Fingers was saying, man, destiny or whatever, the Mother Earth is fucking going to set that pathway for you. Well, sort of trying to keep that primal punch for the longest time. It was just like, well, number 6 was the hardest one to keep, but this year number 6 it cloned so easily, and number 10 it cloned like fucking not no roots, man. I still got one single leafer, one just a single leaf dude, but it has roots. It has roots, but it also has aphids.
Oh shit.
All right.
I don't like spraying the neem now because I don't know. It seems like it fucks with the clones too much at this
Really?
critical stage.
Think
Yeah,
so,
usually I don't know, man. It just seems like the more I add or try to help them out with the neem and whatever, it doesn't seem to help that rooting process. So now I just manually kill
Oh, I
those
would
aphids.
never spray anything on it while they're cloning. I thought maybe you were talking about just, in general from taking cuts from plants sprayed with neem.
No, I'm just saying like just straight up trying to maintain the maintenance, the level of population on the aphids with the neem. I just let them go right now and
Hit them when
hopefully
they've
they're
rooted.
yes, sir. Which is soon. There's a tiny little root going. I don't know. There's something about that primal punch number 10 that just hits that happy zone for me, man. So I kind of hate to lose it, but it's just fuck it. If I lose, I lose it. Got seeds.
Still got some seeds of the V2. I got a few packs actually. Cheers was to Chad. Cheers, Chad.
Chat.
Good, Chad.
It's Westport in chat there.
Westport. White papers. White papers.
Nah, man, it's the Westport grapes. It's the Westport grapes, man.
Chad West. White papers. Westport. I like that. Bad white.
Somehow you got to fit in Twin Peaks in that equation, man.
I was trying to, and it didn't fucking work for me. It's like, oh, I think white papers. Twin Peak white paper. Fuck. Oh, well.
I don't know. I think fucking medically
Check,
fit. Medically Fit would hold that title as fucking Mr. White Papers, I think. Or maybe Brandon Russ. He's up there too.
You
Chad Westport. Chad.
It's a wig, you know that's a wig, right? Last time it was sideways, and you could see the hairline was going sideways. It was like, fucking guy. You blew it on right, motherfucker, dude. Right in front of everybody. Like, what the fuck, bro? That shit, straighten your hair out, bro. Straighten your wig out.
Yeah, that's the next fucking.
Real. That horse hair looks real, bro. It's not real hair. The wig.
think so?
It's the next mystery to be solved on the Weed Nerd.
Is Wet Sports hair real? Wiring minds want to know.
Here's Tom.
Now we gotta come up with a test to prove that it's real. I think it should be a burn test.
Burn
Like, I think a
test?
fake
Oh.
wig would just melt. Yeah.
The pool test.
Yeah.
I think a pool test. Somebody's got to be able to get their hands physically on it, wrap their fingers, and just go a little from the root, you know. Just, see if it moves the whole head or if just the hair moves. All right.
So wrong. Knock it off.
I thought you were talking to me. I was like, oh my God, I'm sorry.
Nice. I think he's talking to those lesbian dogs.
Not even, man. It would be almost acceptable. This is fucking, yeah. Back there. There's one, and then that butthead that's running around just trying to spear everybody back there, and they're fucking sleeping shit.
He's playing joust with the other dogs and they don't know it.
Yeah. Well, jousting, and they're at least facing each other. This is like blind joust.
Reverse joust, yeah.
The reverse. What's up, Tao?
Tao.
What's
Tao
up?
now.
What's up, boys? Not too much. Same old, same old. I don't know, man. It seems like did something go into some weird ass retrograde? Everybody seems in a better mood today, man. And I am in a better mood for some reason. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know. World's falling apart and we're accepting it, I think.
I don't know. Shit's happening though. Something's happening. I can feel it.
You're just like, yep. It's time.
Well,
That was a good one tonight, Eagle. He was interesting, that cat.
Yeah, sure was. Sure was. My apologies to him too, man. Yeah, he should have been a while ago. Yeah, that episode should have been quite some time ago, and that was like right around the time that I had to make the move, and I had to cancel on him Sunday, that day, and he was like, "Well, can we reschedule?" And I'm like, "Everything's kind of on hold for now. Sorry about it, but." I'm grateful that he was, nice enough to give me another chance at getting him on. Always
Good.
grateful.
Shit happens.
Yeah, sure does. Sure does. Can't fight it. Just roll with it. So what you smoking on tonight, Cal?
I'm still on that blueberry by Cheesequake. But I've been smoking it a while and I'm not unhappy yet. I'm not like I'm sick of it. That's another thing that, yeah. I don't say I would get sick of it, but sometimes if I smoke the same stuff for too long, not even the intolerance of it, you just want something different, But I'm just happy smoking this shit. I don't know. I haven't gotten sick of it yet.
Is that particularly just one phenotype you're smoking, or is that just a mixed run? Like multiple.
No,
phenos?
I was down to two cuttings that I liked best out of them that I've had, And now I'm dipping that one even down one more to just one. But they're
So
both similar. But
what do you consider the winning pheno?
the one that I let my buddy grow out, it tastes like cheese because that one was so different to me. And I know it has the potential to do that. So that's what I was saying. When I grew it out, it was like blueberry. And then when he grew it out, it was total cheesy like. And I like the high. It's not I guess it is kind of sedating, but it won't knock you on your ass out. You definitely get stoned.
So with it being such a different terp profile, did you guys figure out like, oh, what's different in our rooms? Like, what's what, you guys use the same food?
No, he does his own thing. I just gave him the cutting.
So always
But he didn't use synthetics. He did organics too. He has I forget. I gotta check in with him again. And what he just used some, water only bag soil, and then he mended with some fucking back guano, I think. And I think that's all he did, nothing else. But I'll go check. I'll double check. Because there's just so many variables. I don't even know how to at that time exactly replace my but I'm growing it again right now. So I'll see if I can get if it changes even for me. Like I was saying, from the two different locations I had, I grew out the same pine ripe plant. And that in particular one though tasted the same and was the same, but it just looked different. The one that was in the cooler downstairs area over the winter was, I don't know how to even explain it. And then the other one was tighter. It just looked tighter as far as nugs, but I don't know. But yeah,
it'd be cool if you gave him your lights and you took his lights, and then you could be like, okay, let's see if it's the lights.
Yeah, it could have been a different bulb, but I think he had a 600 watt. I think he might have even said he had a 400 watt in that spot. I'm going to have to go talk to him again. I'll ask him, but if that's the case, I mean, it wasn't
maybe
all
less
airy or anything. It was still pretty good. If he was using a 400 watt light in there, maybe that does have something to do with it. You know what? Even the high pressure sodium bulbs have different spectrums.
Sure. That's why they brag. That's the price difference.
Yeah.
Yep. That's what you pay for, Tao.
I'll ask him about all that shit, but I know that's pretty much was the setup. He definitely used bag soil that was supposed to be water only, and then only added a little bit of amendment shit.
Let me all flour in. I'm gonna hit head. I will be right back.
just use those jugs you've been using.
What jugs? They're nasty. That'd be nasty. Sit
come
here,
on now.
look at somebody right in the eye, just like,
You could do it if you had to.
I ain't got that good of a poker face. No way, near.
So what are you puffing on tonight, the major? I just missed it, didn't I?
Yeah, I got that silverback gelato from MG1 going, man.
Okay.
Yeah, not too bad. It fucking took the frost like a champion. It can handle the frost. Well, the funny thing I noticed this year is that there's such a variable in conditions and phenotypes that it seemed to be like half of them could take the frost and then half couldn't, even within the same strain. Like Gary Payton's, half of them could take it, but half didn't, even though they're all in the same container, same food, same fucking everything, right?
Oh, okay.
So that started thinking of that whole gene of like, well, where's the frost gene at?
Right.
It must be a single gene or something going on, or whatever the hell it has. It sure seems like half the plants have the frost gene and half don't have that gene. but they can't handle it. But half can. Like we're talking like a -3, -4 frost that happened to these motherfuckers. Where majority of them, you get 2 inches of dead brown tops 2 days later. You come back, and you're like, holy fuck, what the hell happened? Frost.
Yep,
All your tops are done. Yeah. And then half these plants though, nothing. Like just darker purples come out, but no, not even fucking any death to them, man. It's
Those
such a
plants stole the heat from the other plants via the roots.
it's a fucking endophytes, right? They're just all
Who
gathered,
the fuck knows, man?
making little more endophytes on the fucking plants, man. Either way, I'm
Who the
always
fuck
fascinated.
knows?
It was so pronounced this year, though. It was like, wow, look, these ones I want, these ones I don't. And of course, both really dark purple plants I have handled the frost even better. Yeah, just dark purples. I'm gonna think, for us northern folk, that's why I'm gonna work on those.
I was saying it absorbs the heat. What's up, Neil?
Good morning, Tal.
Morning
everyone?
terps to you.
Same
Top
to you.
terps of the morning. That's it.
Terps of the cookies.
Oh, you smoking cookies, are you?
Yeah. How is everybody?
Not
Good.
too bad, man.
That's good. Like Tal, in a good mood this morning.
Yeah, I feel better for some reason.
Sorry I missed yesterday's Irish episode, but yeah, I just got the tail end of it.
Yeah, man.
I
Does
took
that
too
guy
much
ever?
RSO the night before and slept like a baby.
Yeah, insomnia should be a thing of the past with the weed we get today. One of them's gonna knock the person down, right? You just gotta find that right strain. And an edible or RSO should fucking knock them out.
Yeah, I wish that guy gets a light sentence, man. Sounds like he's doing a lot for the community. Like he deserves a.
Oh
The
yeah,
most.
yeah. That guy's putting himself out. Putting
Yeah.
himself out there.
Yeah, especially when he doesn't hide behind a name or anything. He puts his name to it. So he's not an alias.
No.
But it's like that's a huge sacrifice. Huge. People don't realize what that is. Especially when you got kids as well,
Yeah.
But in our own way, we all do this civil disobedience anyways. We knew there was nothing wrong with this plant in the first place to have any, end the stigma, isn't it? It's just all stigma attached to this. That's like.
Terp of the morning to you, Meow Flower. Thank you for that amazing opportunity to pass the olive branch to another fellow podcaster and activist. Very impressive gentleman. And you're right, that's a huge stake to put out there for activism when you're risking your family and your kids. You're most certainly putting it out there because you love it. You're passionate about what you're doing. Because that is one hell of.
No, only that.
Maybe if you kind of look at his like him getting diagnosed with in the last year, that but to get afflicted with a nasty illness, that comes on, and now he needs that medicine. So maybe he could see down the road a bit, and not, you know what I mean, for himself,
Exactly what I was gonna say. It's like he's
instead of
not
it
only
being
putting.
for, you know what I mean, in a strange way, he needed to be doing this for himself, even though he sacrificed to do this for other people, and I think once you put yourself out on a pedestal like that, you kind of get, you're open to get shouted down from all sides, People don't like you that you're very public, you know what I mean? they couldn't see themselves ever doing that, like that, or bringing that to their family or anything, like there's huge shame attached to it, like not that they're, but the other people would try and throw that onto you. You know what I'm trying to say. So, but look, listen, that was yesterday, and today's today, and we all move on, and yeah, he's still got his fight, come Tuesday and all that. That's I'm sure his little head is wrecked no matter what. He's trying to smile to his kids this morning and the whole lot, and it's, he knows that Tuesday he could be fucking taken away from them, whether it's only for hours or, you still don't have access. So nobody likes to be put inside a cell for any length of time, It's that then when you realize how much your freedom, how much other people then can, control your life, and they're only following their job, acting like going from their 9 to 5 job or whatever shift they're doing. And they go home and they go, oh, geez, I had to arrest a guy for herbs today, they don't feel right with it either, because they've all grown up in a society. Do you think they don't look at, they're all educated people as well. So police ain't all, as they say, bad, No, they're only, following the letter of the laws, as they say. So aren't we lucky that we're able to sit here this morning and have a smoke?
Hell yeah.
We're not really doing too bad, Like we cannot.
What you got in that cannon?
I've got some of that It's Fire in this one, and I've got some rainbow cake, I think, in this one.
2 cannons, nice.
Double fist. And
a lovely bowl of hash.
Good work, Miguel.
Yeah. So yeah, I was delighted to just sit and listen to the interview and go, like, lovely, And he went to 4 hours. That's another threshold in itself. You mean he had plenty to talk about? Yeah, I loved the interview. Thank you, Eagle. I'm sure he enjoyed himself as well. So that's the main thing.
Yes, fuck yeah.
Go ahead,
Powerful
Major.
individual, showing the power of the plant, how he stopped his epilepsy ever since April, hasn't had a seizure. So I wish him the best, and hopefully he doesn't get a harsh sentence. And
I don't think he will. I think because he's such a kind of public figure now, that he's known throughout the whole of Ireland as an activist in that department. I think people kind of see him as just a family guy, and he's really pushing the envelope for a lot of sick children. That's basically where he's coming from, and I think that's where most of our thing goes. We draw the line when we witness kids been neglected, been fathers ourselves. Like, I would not
right,
like
if that was my kid,
and to be going through that thing of like have to jump through all these other medicines that are absolutely no good, and lead to you taking other medicine to counteract that medicine. And that cannabis is not the cure of all epilepsy, but it leaves the symptom. It leaves, if you don't want to see a child having seizures. That just, like, what do? You feel useless as a human being when you can't help. So I think when we all get down to the, it's basically that changed my whole attitude. The way that I seen our government treat kids when they just needed access to cannabis, and 10 years down the road from now that they've given them kids, for their epilepsy, they're all seizure free. That should be enough for them to go through to the next, you know, to go to where we are now to legalization and to have it as a proper medicine, you know. But if you kind of look at everything, there is no white papers been done on any of these kids, you know what I mean, a case study on each kid or anything like that. There's no paperwork to back up that their medicine is working. So, you know, that's another issue down the road as well, where, you know, medicine and cannabis and, you know, have to come back together, you know, and the medical profession have to accept that, you know.
They don't want to find out all the shit that can heal me all because they're making too much money doing what you're saying, giving them drugs that they need to buy other drugs to fix the bad drugs that they started with.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah,
there is no more
of,
healthcare.
a lot of doctors that sign scripts off every day.
Yeah.
They're really owned by a drug company, major
Mhm.
drug companies, because of them 7 years of going through college, and they just couldn't afford, you know, whatever, and they had to jump in and sign a little document saying, "Oh yeah, I'll jump into bed with you."
Yeah. There's no healthcare.
That's basically it.
The healthcare today is neither for health or for care. It's for money. And that's the whole problem. And that's why you can't trust those motherfuckers. Trust me, people.
That's it. But on a brighter note, you know, we are where we are, and we seem to be the loudest cog now that's getting the most oil. You know what I mean? In that sense, and it's like things are changing for the better.
Mhm.
You know, we all individually can see that things are changing, you know, slowly. But, you know, as in trying to change society that big, no, start at your own kitchen table. And when you can ripple that effect out from your kitchen table, then that's your little bit done. You shouldn't be, you know, like, as I say, put Martin the way Martin goes out, we all can't do that, you know.
Right.
There's no, you know. So, you know, that's why it's very individual for what he does. It's like, I don't know any other person that does what he does, honestly.
Do you know
You know,
that
I
chick,
mean, like,
Callie
you can look through America and you go like, okay, and you've lost a few of them in the last year as well, them activist people, you know, and that's how long ago they were around in America.
Yep.
You know, that got locked up for crazy years and didn't really care. They grew vast amounts because they knew it was medicine and they knew that they were right inside themselves, you know.
So, Neil, did you ever hear of Callie
And he
Blackwell?
laughed like, we can, you know, so we've lost serious amount of, you know, world activists that had you know, that would have turned up, like that people would have listened to talk at Cannabis, that would have had, you know, so he's just filling new shoes, I think, you know, in that sense. Like, you know, there's a.
I know they should have been fixed already. That's so fucked up.
Yes.
But yeah, this generation, every generation is more and more realizing it. Eventually, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's like the way he spoke yesterday about having to go through 3 or 4 years of his own education. And then in his final year, they kind of tweaked him that if you don't, you know, don't push it here, you're going to have to do this paper to get the result because we won't really be going to mark that other paper, you know. That's education, people that are like, you know, been going like, you know. And then you see the counteract where he goes, I met my principal, you know what I mean?
Right.
And he, you know, said what an amazing speaker, which, you know, which way he fought for his corner, like, and was really proud of him. That like brought a tear to my eye because that's, you know, we've all been at the other end of that, feeling that small, you know what I mean? When they like at that, when they had such a powerful figure in your life as being a principal, you know. So, you know, he can take, you know, a lot out of that, you know. where you're kind of the wins are, yeah. You don't really see them as a big win, but inside you see them as a huge win. That's that'll give you a spur on to the next, when you were feeling down or whatever, that'll push on to the next level, knowing that somebody that you thought definitely would never think like you think, or, agree with you in what you're doing,
Right.
especially today, pushing that envelope, which nobody else is pushing. So that's huge. So I've rambled enough now. I need to smoke.
That was a good one, Mio.
Yeah, thank you, and thanks, Eagle. Thanks to Robert. Thanks to everybody in chat. Everybody seemed to, enjoy. So that's what it's all about. And it doesn't matter where you are in this world, the struggle is still the same. Your door still gets kicked in, the same thing, and it's still going to the same thing. It's the same charges. It's the same building, even though it's a different judges or whatever. Still out the same outcome. It's either time in a cell or money, one or the other. At this stage, it's a lot of fines. It's a lot of heavy fining. It's nearly a fixed penalty, in this country for certain amounts. Plus, there's always the thing of emigration. You'll never be able to emigrate. You'll never be can you hear what they say there? That there is really no job in this country, and we're going to hold you here and stop you having a life outside of Ireland. That's a double whammy. You think about, you're a young 19-year-old, 18-year-old, you just finished college, you go to a festival, you're there, you're rolling a little joint, and somebody taps you on the shoulder. Can I have your name? Can I have your name? We won't make a big scene here. We'll just take your little baggie off you. Just give me your name and your address, and we'll see you in court. Yeah. And that person goes around and taps 100 kids on the shoulder, and 100 kids then have to turn up to a court case, next whatever in Ireland, all going like, I've just gone through college. Yeah. My parents are after helping me out, and they're at, I have my whole life is ruined from just smoking a joint or getting caught with a pill or getting, Wow. Some of them kids don't make it to the end of that summer because they go rogue and they fucking kill themselves. And that's happened because the shame of the family on them, for getting caught, because they're probably a doctor's daughter or, it's, this is wrong. They're only going out to enjoy themselves, express themselves, young kids, and then you're throwing this huge, life-changing thing on them that they'll never be able to go to America, Australia, because of your conviction for cannabis. That's another sentence in itself.
Mm-hmm.
As in, it's crazy little world that we live in. That I'm just getting caught. That
Hey, Mio, what do they got? President?
Because we live on a little island, you know what I mean?
You got a president?
To go anywhere, you have to fucking fly. So it's like a catch-22 situation that they constantly hammer home, So there's the amount of highly skilled people that never got to venture out of Ireland is huge as well, just from that reason, which is crazy.
Mio for president. That's what I'm saying.
No, I'd never get into the political ring. They wouldn't like me.
Yeah, but they need you, Mio.
No, they have Martin now, and they have a few others. Yeah, but I'll just say to you, my local politician is now the local European. He's a minister in Europe, but he started off as the cannabis campaigner. That's how he got his first. He wanted to legalize cannabis. The guy Ming that he was talking about. So he's like a European Parliament, like in Europe now. But no, he is still fighting the case for cannabis, and he does turn up to some of the events and all that. But they played a kind of a 3-card trick with him, and they got him out of Irish politics, where he's not in our chamber every day of the week, been able to go at them. Yeah. They got him to run for Europe, so now he has to spend 4 years in Europe, and he's away. I know he's doing it at a European level, and it's more bigger, but a lot of people are saying, oh, he neglected Ireland. You know, and that's where Martin's the vacuum in Ireland. Then Martin was able to kind of come in, not on the back of your man, but stand his own ground. And yeah, because there's an appetite for people. As he said, he only stood for election like 2 weeks before, you know, he just put his name down. And he got more votes he got whatever. If you had cost 2,000 to represent yourself at the ballot box, he was guaranteed he was going to get his money back once he got past the first round of votes. That guarantees you to, you know. So, you know, that's a huge thing in itself, like that he got whatever 200 and something votes first preference. You know, it doesn't sound like much, but I mean, it does if you're only a week in politics and that's what you got straight off the bat. Imagine if he had a 6 months campaign behind him. Yeah. Or even, you know, 2 months campaign, you know, in his local area where he lives, I guarantee you he'd turn heads with the amount of people, because it's how would I say, it's like where he lives is like Oregon, California in hippie world. Like every artist that you would have known, like, I mean, all the, like, Ireland is a how would you say it, has tax breaks for artists usually, so you have a lot of artists would have resigned here. It's like from when you two started off here, they had so much wealth here that from artists been coming in that they just done an artist thing and they kept them huge tax breaks, and a lot of them ended up living, you know. So that part of the country that he lives in is very much would think like that anyways, would have all smoked cannabis through their teens or whatever, you know, and would be second, third generation hippie type people, alternative, like living off, like, you know, no, you know, so they're living off the grid, and there's huge communities like that. There's huge Buddhist centers. There's, yeah, very similar to all it's like where year fallout with the hippies ended up going to Oregon and all these places remote, like out going to Vermont and all these places, running from, you know, the major cities and going, yeah. And Cork, that area in Ireland, West Cork, Kerry, that was a huge influx of all the hippies throughout Europe in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. Yeah. Well, it's, you know, he lives in a good area like that, you know, but he get a really good catchment of votes. So that's it. That's enough of that shite, anyways. But yeah, once you put yourself on the pedestal, you'll get knocked down, isn't it? People love to knock you, come and try and, yeah. But you don't see too many people want to stand on that pedestal either. That's the other thing, to be shouted down and to be put as the, you know, the end of all, you know. I'm sure the superintendent doesn't like him just because he's agitating them, making them send these guard out to arrest them or to charge him with, you know what I mean, or just investigate that he's, you know. And I'm sure they see all the videos of him planting all the plants. So he's agitated them enough that, you know, they must be saying, look, can you do something? This guy is really that's it. I have a war going on between my big dog and a pigeon at the moment at my back door. The pigeon wants to come down and like get any scraps of food. And she just sits at the back door just waiting for the pigeon to come to the bowl.
They can't always get along. It's funny. Major, are you like, even through the blur, are you lounging over there? Look like he's like kicked back. He's got the fucking phone on his feet and shit. Just
Yeah, I do have my feet elevated, man. I'm lounging,
he
man,
knew
for sure.
He dangled the carrot in front of me that I wouldn't shut me fucking mouth for a minute. That I just ramble. I've done my rambling now. I'm going to get high.
Yo, Eagle, I thought you had a purple lava lamp.
I do. It's right over
It's
here.
in his foot.
The red blood is for Halloween.
No, I just like the red one better. It works so much better.
Okay.
That's just a perfect example of like how older shit fucking can just work better sometimes, man. That thing is vintage. I don't know. It's old, but that's something you could probably go to fucking what's the store in the mall? Fucking
Spencer's.
Yeah, you go to Spencer's and fucking buy something like that and shit. That thing don't work worth a shit. It really doesn't. I've tried to fucking different methods, leaving it on, turn it off. At one point I wondered if it just like they squirt that shit in there like assembly line. You know what I mean? Send it out and it hasn't had enough time to like work with the water or oil that's in there and get greasy kind of like this one is. No, that one's just a piece of shit. It doesn't work. It works, but it doesn't work. It's piece of shit. They're
Well,
way different shit.
that attitude is not going to ever work. Got to put a crystal in your pocket and think it's going to work, and then it will work. Jesus Christ, over here, negativity. Bro.
Just get a crystal top for it. That's all it needs.
One needs or a crystal butt plug. I don't know, one or the other. Either way, it's going to get stimulated somehow. It's going to work.
Won't be able to stop you from it with a fucking crystal pyramid on it. Prism. You'll be able to see the prism through it and shit.
It might explode that way. It might make that thing explode with that much power. That crystal on it.
They have lava lamp all over it.
Explode lava lamp all over yourself.
Crystals can't fix everything, can they?
Yes, they can, and they do. The best singers put them in their pockets while they sing. The best dancers put them in their shoes while they dance.
Is that where they are?
Where all the faces and all the stars. That's why they shine like stars, dude. These people shine like stars because of all the crystals that they have on them. It's like,
I'm just gonna leave that one right alone. Oh, funny. Make me use the sound like that.
Gotta smoke a little joint because I don't want to smoke all my weed.
No,
Hey,
you do
Eagle.
want to smoke all your weed. You just don't want to smoke all your weed once.
No,
It's not his weed, it's Buddy's weed.
It's Bud's weed. Bro, what are you talking about?
What you smoking at Buddy's anyways? What's the hottest thing?
The J1
The Donnie
runs.
Burger?
No,
J1 runs.
J1 unless the captain's watching, then the Donnie Burger. But if he's not watching, then the J1 runs right now. I like it. It's a little like a funky ass inside of a bag of cheese with like a pine cone. Like, I don't know. Like a pine cone and dirty cheese balls.
There's no sweetness to it?
No. There was at first, but like after day 4 of sitting in the jar, or day 4, after week 2 of sitting in the jar, it kind of just got more ballsy. Cheese ballsy.
Cheesy pine.
Cheesy with a little pine. Very little, not much. I figured that's what gave it that weird pungent funk I couldn't figure out at first, was the pine at the end. It was weird. I was like, oh, I got it now. I was eating cheese and I tasted it. I didn't smell the cheese on the smoke, so I could taste it right. And my palate was cleansed after that with some ginger or something. And oh, I taste it all. Like, you just gotta put some weird shit in your mouth, you know? I like shoving weird shit in my mouth. Best quote. Best quote I left this month. The best quote I said this month on my Instagram. Oh, why not? Like, hold on, I like sticking weird shit in my mouth. Yeah.
Somebody's gonna clip that out for you.
Flavor. Weird cheesiness with that pine at the end. Funky balls.
Cheers.
Cheers, everyone.
Oh, the ginger.
It's been a minute since we heard the fucking dab song. Ain't nobody's even dabbing. Bro.
Son of a bitch, I'll put my fucking joint out and fucking take a dab. Pushy
Cool.
eagle
That-
tonight, dude. God.
That's the sport.
Demanding us to fucking dab now on this show.
I didn't demand anything.
Dude, twisting my arm still. Jesus Christ. What was I doing?
Ow!
Hold
Ow!
on.
He
Ow,
said.
ow, 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 ow. Hold on. That's what it looks like. Okay, fuck.
Ooh.
I'm not gonna hold it up any longer because it's too heavy. Heavy duty. Okay, now I gotta like this.
I thought you've been lifting those weights.
That's why it's so heavy. Something flew in my nostril. It's great.
That's the worst feeling too. Did I get it, or did it fly all the way to my brain?
Stuck in the nasal cavity. Just buzzing away.
This isn't a dab, but I'm taking dabs.
It's a low
Smoking.
tip dab.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
Oh.
take the heat one. There's still oil popping out the top. That scared me. Okay, it's all melted.
Yeah, who said you got to do the dabs with a torch? Like, who started that? Why don't you just start them cold start? I don't understand. Anyone? Beulah?
I don't know. I guess
do the hot rail with this right now. Just fucking. Whew.
I thought that was the beauty of them, like titanium
Oh, yeah,
nails,
yeah.
that you could hold a knit fucking lighter to that shit. Still
Turf
do that.
slur.
My nose is
I
resonating.
know that's kind of the same thing, but you could just light. What do they call that? A bucket? Light the bucket with a lighter with the shit in it until it disappears, and then you got your hit. What the fuck?
Crack.
Oh,
It'll crack.
Oh,
Yeah. Tried it.
no, I guess that's an issue.
get a good quartz, man. Like
Yeah,
good
it's
quartz,
not quartz. It's glass. It was great.
a good quartz, get a good banger that costs $60, and you don't want to break it. You know?
Yeah, that's a want when you've done cracked it. It's fully like, oh man. I'm gonna inhale glass if I fucking finish that bitch. There's
But you
glass
do
there.
anyways, right? It's like take a chance of smoking something I'm not supposed to. What is that noise? It's my brain. You're Jerry Garcia in my ear, man.
I think we should all put our applications in for half baked too. You see that? They're taking casting calls.
No, I didn't see that.
I did not see
Yeah.
that. What the fuck?
Yeah.
it's destiny. Squirrel Master.
You would be the perfect fucking squirrel master. Oh my god. Maybe Squirrel Master?
Fuck that. I'm gonna be nasty. Nasty Nate.
Nasty Nate.
I'm the uncle
Yeah.
that smells good all the time.
I want to be
I
the
want
chick
to be
with
the
booty
dude on the
pop up.
couch.
Oh, wait. Hold on.
Dude, I went to my sister's. I ate a cookie at Thanksgiving, and
Not
I
even
had the best
Thanksgiving yet.
Thanksgiving ever.
It's not Thanksgiving yet, bro.
No, I'm talking about I did it in the past. I already did it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, dang, you're in the future,
Then we
man.
played video games, dude. I had the fucking best time of my life.
Awesome.
Pigged out good. And then played games with the kids, man. Laughing my ass off at stupid shit, and no one was the wiser.
I think there's somebody out there this year that's gonna medicate a turkey. Just brush it with fucking medicated butter and shit the whole time.
Oh, hell yeah, man. They do that. People do that.
Oh yeah, a lot of people give it the butter rub before they go in, man. Why
Infuse
not? Why couldn't
everything,
it?
man.
Yeah, the stuffing and everything, anything butter involved, just fucking
Yeah,
hit it.
but to butter on the carrots, the fucking all that shit. Butter on the corn. They put butter on the
Potatoes.
corn.
You wake up a week later. Wake up at
You make it-
Christmas. and
yeah,
shit.
Christmas.
Oh shit. Be a good dinner though.
Well, that would be pretty cool. You know the Rip Van Winkle story? He slept for like 40 years, right? I would think that would be cool if you didn't have to age. If you could just skip 40 years, that would be pretty cool. I'd go to sleep for 40, maybe.
According to you, you might even wake up 20 years younger.
Well, if they intravenously feed me them cookies, yeah.
Stuff yourself with holidays, medicated holiday meal and shit.
That is pretty trippy, though. Did you guys see that 28 Days Later?
Is that with the
movie?
zombies?
Yeah, yeah,
The
yeah.
zombies that can, but the zombies can actually run fast and it's freaky.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yep.
But it's based on it's the story of the guy who had was in a coma, and he was locked in his hospital room. 28 days later, he woke up, and the whole world all the people were gone. There was no more people. He started walking around, and that was like the beginning of the story. But yeah, that's I don't know. I don't
Who
know
was
any
videoing him
junkies.
if he was the only one? Who was holding the camera?
It wasn't a documentary. That's what they were saying about the moon landing. Who was the motherfucker videotaping them walking off the fucking
From the outside of the
landing.
goddamn ship. Who's on the outside of the ship watching them?
watching him
recording?
take his first step onto the moon?
Who?
The camera
Who
guy
the
was
fuck
there
is
first. What the fuck kind of stupid people? I don't get how no one picked up on that before. But
Yeah.
anyway, let's skip that. But yeah, like 28 days later, I don't know any junkies at all that are into the heroin. Or actually, I do, but they're not, I don't know them anymore. But
I know fucking loads.
man,
Yeah, right.
they if they just knock them out for a fucking month, wouldn't they be through their withdrawals and everything? I mean, it's got to be.
You're right. You're right.
Right? Just fucking shoot them into a coma for a month,
Not even
a week,
month.
whatever
Not
it
even a month.
takes.
It's a good 2 weeks, 2.5
Yeah,
weeks.
2 weeks, and then
I know.
send them, and then feed them my famous cookies for a week, and then send them on their way. Good as new. Boom.
Period.
Christmas
Period.
Day.
Sounds good on paper.
Yeah, it does,
Period.
right? If it worked, they would be doing it. Either that, or they know they'd get more money just taking the kid in for years and
No,
years.
then you got to take them, and then you got to put them in a place they don't know at all, with people they don't know, and then
Right.
you
They
know,
don't
be like,
know
"Oh, shit,
anybody.
Here's
I'm
my
gonna my life over." Yeah, give them an
Yeah.
incentive, something to live for.
Like I said, I don't know. I don't want to sound blasé.
You give that program to people that would use it, though. I know I would have if I had a chance like that. I would have been all over something like that. Fuck.
doing tonight? What an honor to have.
What's up?
So
Morning,
smiling,
Smiley.
Cheers.
Smiley.
We're talking
lining up.
moon landing fakes and shit.
Well, no, that was a side. That was a total side scroll.
If you wanna.
The cameraman never gets the glory, dude. He's always the fucking doing the crazy shit.
Yeah, like
cheap.
you know, now that you make me think about it, all those like, well, I know they go back to the trailers and eat good though. On those like Stranded Alone or Survive the Man or whatever, that bear guy, like all those things. There's a camera guy there with them a lot of times. I guess sometimes they're videotaping themselves, but you're right, Smiley, the most underrated motherfuckers on the planet, probably. Other than me, they don't know my name in China or Japan or even Australia.
You sure about that?
I'm the
You
most
sure?
Oh, Tao,
underrated.
how you
No,
know?
they know
Oh,
your
Tao?
name. They know their name. How?
They
Yeah.
all
Don't
know
they call
me
you Amy down there when
in
you
the
bend
universe.
down?
They all know me in the universal mind now. I speak to the Buddhas and the Tibetan shaman of the past.
We know you dress up as Amy at the weekend.
He's Amy's Aces. Oh shit!
That would be hilarious.
You get your boobies
That's
on at the
my
weekend.
fucking.
That's Tao posing in their sticker there.
Yeah, you get
That's
that.
Yeah,
pretty
the
You
hilarious.
backwards,
get
that
Amy.
backwards
Oh, the
fucking,
wig on.
yeah, that fucking backwards little thing going on there. Fire, so telling me now, bro.
I do have that tattoo on my ass though.
Call
That
out
would be
now,
it.
call out.
I want to
Call
that.
out.
Shit.
Call came out.
That would be a good fucking Halloween cameo there, Tao.
Who's gonna go as Amy? Shit, Cal? He's gotta be.
I think so.
If I get the suit, I'll do it with a little top hat and shit.
Mm.
I got the top
Can't
hat.
do Tao. Can't do Tao,
Tao.
can you?
Let's all be each other. Let's put our names in a hat, and then we'll pick who we have to be, and then we'll try to dress up like that person, and then we have to act like him too. That'd be
But that was
awesome.
good, huh, Green Finger?
Shit, my dog is killing me over here. Scared the shit out of him. What was that?
I call it being the American one then.
Oh, damn, that's what I wanted to be. I wanted to be Groot. Shit, dude, I gotta shut this guy up.
Put the peanut butter away.
Showing him the strap on used to work when I'd flop the strap on around. It used to work. Now he just looks at me like, yeah, that ain't shit. You ain't got shit on me.
He just didn't say anything. He just took a big talk of that joint and says nothing to the dog.
Yo, Smiley.
What?
What is Granolo guy's freaking the Crescent method?
Oh yeah, Scott Ola.
Yeah.
Bro, those last two episodes, that was really interesting. And yeah, it always goes back to my theories that like, yeah, testing is crazy because it's such a small sample. No matter what it is.
Are you talking about the different bagged soils? Is that what?
Well, no, he did that one where he had 6 different plants and how that he could tell like one of them was a little hurt, and so he wanted to get or his customer, whatever. He was talking about hypothetical. It's not him, and I'm paraphrasing totally. So, but yeah, whatever. He had 6 mother plants. One's looking a little funky. He's like, so they want to get a soil sample to see what they should do. So they take a sample from all 6 of them, homogenize it, and then make a sample from that, send it in. But when it comes back, and he had the circles of the containers, like one was blue, dark blue, one was light blue, one was totally like almost white, and it represented the nutrient level in each one. And he was explaining how it's just bogus. You have to do each container to truly have that be 100% effective. And then he went on to like other things like 8 foot by 4 foot bed or whatever, and doing the same thing. How it's and yeah. And then the episode before that, he was talking about the bag soil, how they mix it and shit like that. That was pretty interesting too. But I didn't watch them all of either one. But yeah, he's an underrated dude. Speaking of underrated, that's what made me think of it all. So yeah, tell them guys in Japan that I'm the coolest cat. I want to walk when I go off the plane in Japan. I want it to be a crowd. All right.
It's full circle back to Japan. I still say that there's somebody over in Japan that's like, fuck the American one.
There's haters there. I didn't say there was
Pay me my $5. That's my fucking $5.
I gotta imagine there's somebody in every single country that's like, fuck the American one.
Yeah. Like the dude from The Hangover. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
Yeah.
That's
You're
one
my
of the best
daddy.
parts of the movie.
You're my daddy.
No, but I'm an ambassador. That's because I'm the American one. That automatically, I don't want to say assumes, but that brings into consideration that there's the Canadian one that we were hanging out with, the Australian one, and the freaking Japanese one. But out of the group, I was American one. That's the way I see it. See, I'm global with my friends from all the other countries.
But do you just see it as like a local representative? Do you see like an actual American one, like a Japanese guy in there going, no?
Well, just like in nations, I am the most popular of all the ones because I am the American one, and America is, dude, no, I'll say it. Fuck it. When I was like, if shit goes south of America, I could always go to Canada or Australia. They're like quote free countries. But man, this COVID shit woke my ass up, dude. We got to make sure America stays America, man. And that's all I'll say about that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's a good range.
When the cookies started to crumble all through that, America stood solid. That's just straight up. All the rest of it all crumbled.
Crazy.
Like I'm just going to say to you, like as an immigration, this country is great for that. All the people, all the younger ones I know that have left in the last 6 months because they've been waiting for 2 or 3 years to go, all went to America. All cancelled their visas to Australia and to Canada. All went to America.
Yeah,
for that one reason, that because they went for freedom. They said Canada was shut down and Australia was shut down and New Zealand, and they're the 4 places that people go to for your first kind of, go and work and live and go and, you know what I mean. So yeah, America is got the thumbs up from the people that wanted to go and have a new life. So yeah, you must be doing something right still, in that department.
We're starting to slip and slide, man. I tell you what, though,
Yeah,
look, we got to keep that.
That's why there's so many different states and the whole lot. That's what makes America what it is. If it wasn't that way, we'd be. And it kind of makes you kind of be tolerant that there is lots of other people that think differently than you. So
that's true too, yeah.
But the other flip side, it's only opinions at the end of the day, and you don't have to own them. You just have to have your own set of values, and you know what I mean, and don't be imposing on to other people that you're, So you can only fix what's inside your own, and even to try and fix with your own kids, that can be a struggle as well, because they are all individuals and they're not molded the same way as you are.
Yeah, we were talking about that a lot. Well, I'm fascinated by that thought. Are you a product of your parents? Because like I think about it, like Jeffrey Dahmer's mother from that movie. I didn't watch it, but they were saying wackadoodle. But like once you hit 16, once I hit 16 rather, whatever my parents told me before then, didn't matter no more. I was on my own. I did what I want, no matter what they said or wanted me to do, pretty much.
16?
Yeah, I mean, I still, in general, they brought me up proper. I did what I, most of what I should do, but they wouldn't have me
supposed to do, but what
they
you
wouldn't
wanted
have
to
me
do,
doing shotguns in the parking lot after work, and then of 6 tall boys of beers and smoking weed all night. But I did, and yeah, whatever.
Hell yeah.
But I still went to work that day. But yeah, that always fascinated me how if your kid turns up serial murder, imagine being the parents of that. You know what I mean? Like, where did I go wrong? Right? You get people say that when their kids like divorcing their wife or whatever, stupid shit. But if you could really say that the kid was a serial murderer, then you're like, where did I go wrong?
You just say it's like a chemical imbalance and blame the kid yourself. Then
there you go.
It's the environment.
Off.
Yeah, it's not genetics at all.
Lived under the power lines.
Yeah,
to
be a serial murder, you got to be a little fucked up in the head,
Lead
right?
paint.
Power lines. He lived under the power lines. It's not his fault.
Lead paint. Completely lead paint. Lead water.
99.999% of kids ain't like that cunt. That's the other flip side. So they're nice. From day one. Most of the people it shows from when they're little kids the way they interact with animals and all this. So
yeah. You know what else I noticed? A lot of kids.
That's another flip side, yeah.
You know, like how sometimes there's like mama's boy or daddy's girl, whatever. A lot of times, even if the parents drink all the time, the kid's like, no, man, I don't want to drink, and they're like goody two shoes. If the parents are goody two shoes, then the kids are like off the wall. Like this old saying, the preacher's daughter is always the easiest one to get. You know what I'm saying? Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Say no more.
Yeah.
Crickets. No.
There you go.
Just think of the preacher's daughter.
It was true in my time, whatever.
That's all I was thinking of. Shush your face. You're serious right now. Damn, I was thinking of the best girl that I ever didn't want to lose. Like, oh well. Somebody else is right now.
Yeah, but if you kind of think about it, are we kind of the last generation of rebellious people with the cannabis and there's the next ones that's kind of going to be more like, like they're worried about what it's like in a pre-roll, They don't want to have a grinder or a packet of skins. They just want to own a lighter,
Mm-hmm.
Really. And so, we're people are going to be, they're going to be a, you know what I mean? They're, you know what I mean? In that sense.
Pre-roll, they're going to want
rebellious.
Vape.
Yeah, they're fucking vaping everything.
Everything's a vape.
One cart.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. It's just, it's hand to mouth. They don't, you know what I mean? They're more worried about what brand it is, which they're affiliated to, type of scenario.
Yeah. Hand to mouth, ATM too.
That.
Gotta ask him out.
So they'll be like, every generation that we've all, and we're all kind of from different, close enough generations to one another that we all kind of listen to similar music, you know what I mean, as well.
Yeah.
How much are vape cartridges down there?
Free.
Anything from like 35 euros to 60 to 100 euros, depending what's in the cart over here.
So the West Coast Cure, this is an expensive one. I don't know what it was.
But I mean, like a lot of it is just distillate inside the cart, and that's not
with flavors.
Horrible. Horrible. Added.
Yep. That's what
So
this
yeah,
is.
there's still all that.
Thing. Just like Lucky Charm. Fucking ate a bowl, tastes just like it. Gross.
I haven't hit a vape in a while. Just kind of gone off. kind of gone off dabbing as well, as much as, you know, I got a gram last week. I'm supposed to go to a secret session later on today, and it doesn't look like I'm going either. Or I'd be getting loads of dabs. That's the other flip side. Yeah, it's nice to give it a break and just, you know, enjoy the flower for what it is. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
You know, like
if you're
go
flower,
I'll make some cookies or something if I really want to get blissed, you know, and pass the day. You know, sometimes you can't really control if you're just buying them jars for willy-nilly. You know what I mean? No. Yeah. Some of the stuff, like you would say, is like taken down way too early. Is it been taken down because it had mold? Is it taken down because it had other different, yeah? And it's just been sold over here as a product. You know what I mean? Somebody's trying to just cycle it through, you know, and it's getting dumped in Europe, which is, you know,
unregulated
off, you know what I mean? All coming
That's
off
why.
the back of the,
That's why
yeah.
they send all the contaminated shit to the East
Yeah,
Coast.
so
That's
like-
why I don't smoke the shit. Grow my own.
Yeah,
Grow
like-
your own. If you don't grow your own, you don't know what the fuck you're smoking, really. Unless you get it from someone that you know good enough.
Well, they got to do
Yeah,
something
you
with
see
the
them, the baggy guys selling all the, you know, like everything that you see over there. The same bags, like the same oiler bags been sold over here, but it's all small. It's all tiny little buds. It's not, there's no middle bud. It's all the very bottoms. So like they're actually, you know, they're degrading it down and just sending it straight to Europe. But people are buying it thinking, like, you know what I mean, that's the at that top price is crazy. It's mind-boggling. As you say, like, you know what I mean, the market's opened up. Like, there must be people just getting on with suitcases heading to Thailand and that every day. If you think they're not coming this way, they do come this way as well. People just come because, yeah.
It is pretty crazy and listening to Captain talk about how like all the strains are over there already. He's like, fuck. California.
Potent
Well, you just send somebody on the plane.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Potent Ponics saw actually what's the word? Labeled from like whatever from Oklahoma in Thailand. What's the word I'm looking for? Packaging that was literally on the
Metric.
shelf.
It was from Metric.
Yeah. It had to have been from Metric, pretty much.
Well, it had the
that shows you
Metric
how
stamp.
much good Metric works. Yeah.
Oh, it don't work, dude.
Right.
No,
and it doesn't
no.
stop what it's supposed to. And even if
The
like
color
yeah,
of the money
I don't personally go, but my buddy goes to this place he calls it a dispo, but it's not for small amounts. It's a dispo in LA. It's just a business, black market, where you go in and there's tables with the different like folding type tables with the different pounds they have that day. There's usually up to 10 kinds. Prices right now between 800 and 1,300 a pound. When you mention smalls, some of them are these smalls that you get for like 800, but the killer is bud. It's just all this like little pieces. But some of this is like for sure coming from the legal Metric weed. These are like it's not in the packaging from whatever facility, but it's being sold as this is from whatever facility.
But don't they have an expiration date on that shit too? Like,
well, no, this is like backdooring out of like. Here's what appears to me: the first 5 years, Metric has been in California for 5 years, and
right. And when they
to get your license was like a whole ordeal. You had to put cameras and tags, and especially indoor. Most people, the first few years, they played it by the book, right? But now that it's 5 years later, this thing that is in every state that charges a good amount of money for it's a company called Metric, right? It has a million holes in it. Like, yeah, it doesn't keep any kind of inventory. They can say they can write down whatever and
Right.
make it
The plant could yield 16 pounds and they could say it yielded 8 pounds and Metric would be none the wiser.
all this.
That's
Look,
it.
even
That's
a friend
that's what
up
you gotta think
north
about for a
with
second.
3 acres last year had a great crop, right? Licensed, everything. Then he bought in the market like the worst looking hemp he could, X amount of pounds of it, and then turned that in saying, oh, our crop was shit this year. This is all that we got. And then that zeroed out by turning in a bunch of bullshit hemp he bought for $20 a pound or whatever. That accounted for his tax bill, basically. And I was like, wow, it's that easy? Right? Yeah, it's that easy. Like, it took a few years, but people figure out ways around an obnoxious tax system that's like, if it was more reasonable, then people probably would just go, all right, here's
Right,
the
here's your
10%.
fucking 10%. But no, they're
Right.
trying to rape you and make you go through hoops and shit. And the people are like,
And this
you,
year,
we'll figure it right.
especially because the market is in fucking turmoil, to say the least. Yeah, blatantly, you can see that, like, you know, because from their perspective, they can bring it into the black market and right off the bat, pricing's like 25 or whatever their pricing tax wise.
Right,
It's
a little
not the
bit
full
more.
retail.
Yeah.
That's not 37%, but they got a 25% right off the bat. So like, oh, these numbers that are out in the traditional market, they're happy with that because it's tax free, right?
I mean, there's a lot of suitcases of cash laying around.
Yeah.
But that's the other problem. It's all not bankable. So how do they even keep track of that, boy?
Well, that's some of what created the problem.
Right,
See,
right.
COVID, it wasn't like you heard stories that, remember, don't forget, a critical thing happened in COVID. They deemed weed, what do they call it? Essential business, I think was the term, meaning even when everything else was supposed to be locked down, weed businesses were allowed to stay open, right? Remember, in California and other states all did the same thing. Like, they deemed weed businesses essential. Business was good, but it was never like, oh, it was sold out. It was just good. But the legal people have no banking. So even the money they make, the only thing they can do with it is reinvest it, which is smart. Seemed smart then. And that's when you saw the thing go from 160, 150 light chambers to now these guys are like running 600 light chambers. Because why not? They just reinvest their money. You can't pull it out. There's no banking. You can't go, oh, I made this money. Now it's in my personal account. From what I understand, it works. That's the hard part because a bank won't accept that money, right? So you just reinvest it. And then everyone doubled down, tripled down. Even once you get to a certain size commercially and the price is dropping and there's a supply and demand issue, the logic still says, oh, just grow more. Oh, price is down to 500 a pound. Oh, grow more. But actually, there's history and economics that show that in a supply and demand agriculture product, that will crash the market. And that's kind of where it's not even the price being low. The demand is like not there.
You know what's
Like
fucked up about the banking system anyway? Like here, like when you deposit that money, it's not really your money anymore. Like you own like these like shares or whatever in the bank. So like if the bank goes bankrupt, that's like the first thing they do.
But
is
here's
take all them accounts to zero.
You bring up the shares, but there's actual stocks that are on the stock market officially that are cannabis companies. Somehow there's banking to allow that investment to happen, but there's no banking within the industry itself. That's pretty like,
There's money to it. You can invest, but you can't take it out.
But Smiley, there's FDIC.
Yeah, but it doesn't protect against that. That's what I'm trying to get at. Like, it's like that's what the whole bailout was about with the banks, because they would have zeroed everybody's accounts and fucking shut down like any other. Yeah, like that's, I don't know. I was watching a thing on it. Maybe that's wrong, but I was like, "Fuck, dude, I don't want my money chilling in a bank." Like,
Right? I wish I had money in the bank.
well, trust me, the banks want to be able to take the money. That's their business they're in. So like, that law, I imagine, is probably shortly going to be part of the federal thing. I can't imagine it being much longer, maybe 2 to 4 years, something like that. Seems like a long time, but it's coming.
they keep dumping the dollar like they are. It's gonna happen. You know?
In 5 years, we'll be paying for everything in ruples, comrades.
Well, I think like one of Chinese's strategy for my lifetime, they don't really have the giantest military, but I think their goal is to have the yen be like what the dollar is on the planet, like the common currency.
That's partly why we're the best country in the world, because we could just print money, and all money is the only money in the world. So everything gets translated back to America. American
in the
dollars,
last 20 years, some of that money that we're printing is actually debt to China, right? They're the ones that really have the money.
Because they bought the bonds and shit.
It's debt to, well, then it would be debt to whoever the bondholders are. But if they're just
which is China,
money, that would be debt into the federal. Reserve.
Well, right. It's that, but
yeah. So yeah, they're gonna introduce that central bank domestic currency and digital currency rather in December 8th. They're saying in America.
Okay.
They're gonna debut it.
I say fuck all that, dude.
Dude,
what is that? What
it's going to be like a Bitcoin, but it's going to be US dollar.
They'll probably pitch it like, "Oh, it'll stop robberies and shit." Bullshit.
Oh, dude, this is what the problem is with this shit.
But wait, to get it, you have to purchase it with dollars, right?
Well, no, I don't know. So this is what I'm getting at. So they're not going to, the dollar's going to work. It's going to be fine for a while. But as you know, buddy, a lot of places only take credit card already. So they're trying to do away with cash money. So with this currency, when you get a tax, listen, hold on. When you get a tax return, they'll just send it right to your bank. Right to your bank, digital currency.
But like, I don't know what percentage of the population, but probably a giant majority, just them having to get cash is a pain in their ass. They already live with their ready teller or their phone or what shit.
I know. What about the rest of them? Anyway, let me finish though. So eventually they could just take, and once they have your banking information and they give you that tax refund money, then if they get mad at you, they could just put a freeze on that shit. They could take the money right out. That's the problem with that.
Yeah, over my life, I remember before this, most good hotels, you can't pay in cash, right? I remember when you used to just you can, but the airline doesn't want your cash either. Like way back in the 80s, part of the 90s, cash was king. Like it was easy to spend it. But then over time, it's like, no, hotels don't take cash. Like you can't find a hotel in San Francisco, the city, that takes cash. There isn't one.
Are you sure that? I'm sure that they. Oh, really? Because a couple I've been to, you needed to put all the shit on the credit card, but when you leave, you could have paid with cash. I don't know if that's the way it works now.
Not anymore. Not in East Bay side. Not in no.
Same thing with a
Some of
rental
this
car.
is
You can't pay
even
cash
'cause
with a rental car. That's
one of
fucked
my
up.
friends is merchandise at these concerts that now is cashless.
Right.
And when I talked to him about it, he explained that well, there's jobs that are now lost because, yeah, like when you're on a big tour, there's a lot of cash at the t-shirt booth that then has to be like protected to get to the bank the next morning, meaning
Mhm.
you have to hire security basically because, yeah, it's $100,000. Well, you can't just willy-nilly with $100,000, and they don't have to deal with that anymore.
Right.
And eliminated that whole thing of like the accounting for it,
Yep.
the movement of it.
The hundreds that get lost from every hand that it touches.
And
What's up, bro?
speaking of lots of cash, we got boom farms up in here. Cash.
Huh.
Lots of hash, maybe, but maybe
Yeah,
not
lots of
Lots of hash, not lots of cash. Cheers, boys.
Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Well, and it'll probably be something they'll do just because that's the government. They'll make it that cannabis businesses become cashless. Like, oh, you want to buy weed and cookies? You have to use your debit or whatever. Your no cash.
Cash when you can. I don't know. Maybe that's the answer.
Well, it seems like maybe it's going to take 10 years to get it really wrapped up. It isn't going to happen overnight, but they're just going to start slowly introducing it in certain things. Like eventually fast food windows will be cashless. Watch.
Yeah. How'd your outdoor do this year, Boone? Didn't do one?
Wasn't there a ruling made in some of the states in America? I think 19 or 20 states so far have gone that bricks and mortar buildings have to be cash. Anything that you walk into.
Well, there's probably a people with that argument, which I agree with. And places that, yeah, because I'm not smart enough to explain, but you take cash away, there's a bunch of repercussions.
There was some guy on actually I saw on IG, a guy at a restaurant, and the chick was like, you can't pay cash. He's like, listen, this is all I got. I'm leaving you the cash. It's American money. You have to accept it. And he just walked out. So what are they going to do? Say he didn't pay? Like there was videotape that he paid him with cash. So what are they going to do? Say he didn't pay? I don't know. So
no, because it doesn't say something on the money like legal tender or
right.
Like,
yeah, man.
I'm sure you have to accept cash. Like
yeah. Well,
I don't know. I was
telling you,
in the city, dude. They didn't accept cash.
Look, I watched it happen over the last two tours. The first tour, it was only inside the venue at the merchandise and food, beer and all that, no cash. But when you came into park, you could pay cash. And then last year, or actually this year, we're still in it, no. And then that created this extra backup because some people didn't have, and then they had to turn them around. And then at some venues, they start having these machines that are basically like reverse ready tellers, where for a fee, you put in money and then they give you a temporary card. But yeah.
They don't want cash in there at those vendors because if I'm selling hot dogs and you're paying me cash, did I sell one hot dog or did I sell 100 hot dogs? But if it's all on that debit card, you know I sold 98 hot dogs, and then they get the government piece.
Working on percentages, aren't they?
I also have friends that work what they call Shakedown Street, which are like that, you know, just people vending T-shirts and stickers or whatever, their own stuff, food. Since instituted this, because they take cash, they don't even fucking, I guess some people have cash apps and can take credit. Business is up because when you can't spend money in the venue at all, people come out of the venue with money. And that's created like an uptick in that thing.
A lot of
Because like
times there's a transaction fee buried in there now as well. You know,
all
that's not we're not talking tax. That's just a transaction fee for me handing it to you. I mean,
And they can be
That's-
3 and 4
Your
euros a
bank will
piece.
hit you with the transaction fee. That ATM will say, we gave you the money from our ATM, so we're taking 250. The person that has to process it is like, well, I got to process an automatic payment now, so I'm going to add an extra 250. So, you know, I'm not paying it. You're paying me to pay it later, right?
Some of
You
them
get rid of
transactions-
cash, they get rid of all small business, right? I can pay a kid 20 bucks to come mow my lawn. But if I got to pay a kid with my debit when he comes, right? Well, now that kid is in the tax bracket. So he's 15% of that 20 bucks has to go kick back to the state, right? It's how they
yeah,
get you.
and as convenient as all these cash apps are, if you go over whatever the law amount is per year, then you get the 1099. Well, I don't even know if that's the name of the form, but it's
You get a
accountable.
form, tax form, yeah.
Right. It's so ultimately that's probably the motivation for it, is if they, in their crazy mind, if they were ever to make a system like that, there'd be no under the table, you know?
Yeah,
There'll still be
every fucking
there'd be the barter system though, right?
I was
That's
just
what it's
gonna
opening
say,
up to.
man, you got a good ounce
Exactly.
of weed.
Well, yeah,
They'll
well,
fucking mow your lawn for you.
fuck yeah.
That would bring, and I don't even know, like legally, would we really accept that? Like all this is sort of happening, but I don't know if it's being discussed, like we're discussing it, but like, is the public really ready to accept that?
Some
and the
people are-
repercussions?
Some people are discussing it, and some people are like gung ho for it, just like every issue in the fucking book.
Yeah, well, the people gung ho for it are all the people with the $2.50 processing.
Yeah, processing fee, and a lot of those people vote.
Yeah, but this is all well and good while we all have this interaction where we have internet. When you step outside of the zones where you don't have internet and it doesn't work, your cards don't work, what the fuck are you going to do? You know, and a lot of these places don't have
that's
internet.
the other part.
You know, that's
Like
the other
that-
flip side. Is the world really geared up for this, where you're going to
No.
now eliminate a load of people, or a load of elderly people, or a load of young children? Like, just to ask the question here, are you going to hand your child a credit card, and then your child then doesn't buy that can of Coke?
Well, even this
nothing?
part of it,
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
the
they're putting
current
restrictions on
system,
kids.
Visa and MasterCard, all those, they report like X amount of fraud, like they lose per year from hacking and whatever financial crimes. That number is astronomically high. And ultimately, when all of our fees go up, that's what it's counteracting. That in this way, that's why if somebody hacks you and puts charges on your credit card, you call them up and go, hey, it wasn't me. They reverse it. They just put it into this number. It's billions of dollars annually each of these companies lose to fraud, which if you put the whole thing in that, yeah, because at this point, sometimes I think I don't know people that are in that. I know a lot of other outlaw type people, but I've never known hackers. But sometimes I've heard stories where I'm like, holy shit, they made 700 million just like that. Wow, that's easy. Looks pretty easy.
Yeah, a few of the festivals this year had all organized for the cashless thing, but within 12 hours of the festival's up and running, they had to resort back because the systems, you know, the engine is all right for the first transactions, but when all the transactions start flooding in, and that's what it's like, the promoters of the music event are controlling the money. It's their system that you're running and operating through, and a lot of them failed. Yeah. Like all over Europe, but like two major ones that I know failed here in Ireland this year, where they tried to do that. And even in they had one in the major, like say like whatever Yankee Stadium or whatever, yeah. And in Ireland, and there was like all the transactions for the 2 days that festival ran. The people that sold the food and all that got zero. There was no interaction of any of the credit cards. Nobody got charged anything. So everybody got ate and drank for free for 2 days at that festival.
Well,
So
my one
there's-
friend that works in that industry told me that reason that like regular people have like hours, like around here, it's like around 5 o'clock to like 8 o'clock is when internet's a little slower, or even different things. He says a lot of that is when the big data companies are like moving all their information, right? Which is all the time. Like the day's data gets moved at the, yeah, that slows down the fucking internet for everybody else, because they're moving massive amounts of transactions.
Yeah, and what was happening at the festivals then was they were turning everybody's phones off, blanking everybody's signal, so that they could then use them as hotspots to do the transactions. It was,
Well, here I noticed, because I went to the place for a concert. It's called SoFi. It's the arena they built for the football in LA. It's massive. I forget how many billion they spent building this place, but SoFi is like part of the IP. Like, oh, that place had the best internet in the facility. A lot of facilities, yeah. As soon as you get inside, then you have no. It's the ones that are partnered up with like computer companies. Oh, they always have like in Infineon, Stadium, or Arena. Different ones are like owned by or sponsored by data companies and shit. And the ones that aren't, usually don't have the ability.
I never thought about that, but every time I'm in Rogers Arena, I don't get fucking reception for shit. I'm on a telephone, so it makes sense.
Well, and even every year when they do Coachella, they bring out all these satellite truck transmitter things. So like when they need to, they have the ability to like add capabilities. What do you call it?
Fucking Tesla's giving free internet to the Ukraine, right? Isn't that
Well, he wants to get paid.
I know he wants to get paid, but I think his latest thing is, all right, I don't have to get paid. But whatever, he just flicks a switch and he has internet for the Ukraine. These guys, he could just flick a switch and have internet for your stadium. I'm sure.
Well, those satellite, like that's every time you see that his rockets launching, which is all the time, he's shooting up more and more of these. Like just a month ago, one of them, the satellite was numbered 420. It was on the YouTube. I watched it take off, but the actual cargo was Starlink 420, and that's like, well, I think that meant that they have at least 420 of these satellites around the world, and more to come. That's his plan. Just shoot up a bunch of smaller satellites, Starlinks.
Cheers.
Yeah, they're talking about silver and gold. I say get ammo and don't let them take your guns.
Cash coins.
710 Counting Sewer. How you not know what Slayer is? insane.
Hey, my best friend 3 years ago had a dead shirt that had John Mayer's image, but used the font from Slayer to say Mayer. And they were really popular. He was selling the shit out of them at the shows. And also he put them on eBay or whatever. And like once he put them online, it was less than 2 weeks and he got a cease and desist thing from
Soon as Kerry
Slayer.
King saw
Like,
that shit.
yeah, like, because that font is theirs. It's that period.
You can't find that font either. I've tried to like get people to find it for business cards and shit for me. Like no one can even come close to it. It gets flagged or something. It's crazy.
And they're aggressive on it. Like meaning like it wasn't, I mean, a couple hundred shirts or something. It wasn't a big thing, but yeah, they fucking sent them a official cease and desist.
It's 420.
So boom. Any luck in the outdoors this year, brother?
Didn't do one
you
this
aren't paying
year.
attention, Mayor? You already said no.
Nope. I didn't run outside this year. I don't have it at my place, right? It's out at the father-in-law's place, so.
Could have walked
I
outside.
well, I could have, but I didn't do it here. Next year, I'm not gonna ask. I'm just gonna put them out there. The garden's all cocoa from the garden, so I have deniability. Like, oh, it's a volunteer. We can't kill it.
What you got in your garden this time, man? What's going on?
I got
What's the
9
hottest shit?
strains and a 4x4. I got Lindsay, Bubba, Keeper, Space Bomb, Blueberry, and 3 Death Bubba seeds and GMO. Hey, I remembered all 9.
Pretty killer.
My first look at the 3 seeds, so we'll see what's in there.
The
They were
first time
just bag seeds, herms. Go ahead.
That's the Death Bubba.
Yeah, from the Death Bubba.
I got it.
It was my plant by the door, so it was getting beat up a lot, and so it gave me a couple seeds. So I figured, fuck it, I'll look. Worst case scenario, I kill them and never grow them again. But at least I looked.
What's the terp profile on that Death Bubba?
People say coffee, but I don't get coffee. I don't know. It's not gross funk, but it's not coffee. It's like kind of in between the two of them, like a caramelly, burny smell. I don't know.
Like
It's
a
nice.
gross coffee.
It leans sweet. But it's not candy by any stretch.
It's called like a double left in the sun.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I'm not a coffee guy. I've never had a double. Just about everything from Tim Hortons.
There you go.
Their orange juice is awesome. They got the best orange juice, but that's it.
Coffee is awesome.
I don't run on caffeine. It doesn't work for me. I'm not an energy drink guy, not a coffee guy. Everybody's got those 5-hour energy bottles at work. Fuck that.
Yeah, I don't drink that shit.
Years off your life.
Or the Red Bull or the fucking Monster Energy drinks.
Good, buddy.
Ooh-wee.
And they look good, buddy.
That's outdoor. This one is actually AFGU.
Is that the photo?
No. These are from the photos. Yeah. There's Stronana crosses and the one AFGU plant, and then there's one that just smells like a orange a little. That was on Free Seed Day at Masonic. There was somebody giving away solo cup clones, which I got one, but I never kept track of the label. I planted it. It grew great, but I'm not sure what it is. But it smells orange-ish.
I love
You know, happy 420.
Cheers.
This is outdoor though. It came out pretty nice this year. The
Nice.
second batch. And today it's raining and pretty hard here. Started slowly in the morning to pretty hard by the evening, but one plant just, it's the S1 of Stronana. So it's Stronana. It must be like 100-day type. It's real thin leaf, different. It wasn't near done. Everything else was totally done, and we cut the rest down today.
You
Shook
leave
them
that
out.
one?
I left the one that isn't done, but
There you go.
even the ones we took down, we had to shake them out like they were wet.
We ain't getting a lot of rain too. I still got my one little one out there, but fuck, man, there wasn't much to the buds, and it was this last 2 weeks. It's just been filling in so nice. Density to the bud now. It's not just all leaf. So I'm happy I left it out there, but I'm also at a risk because I know it's fucked right now.
Well,
Yeah, like rain the
today
last 5 days.
it really rained, but for the last 2 weeks, the morning hours, it's wet, like surface wet because of like just the marine layer dew. And yeah, that's one of the, I haven't done it, even though for the last 2 years, I have the materials. I want to build a big shade cloth thing. I think I'd have better full sun. Yeah, it's a bit much. And I think one thing that one of those like 30% shade cloths would do is it does help when the marine layer collects in the net rather than on the plant a little bit. So, but I have to dig holes to mount cement post and build it for it could withstand wind, like maybe 30, 40 gusts of that, maybe even a little higher, couple storms. So if you don't like build it to withstand that, it'll be a bigger mess than it's worth, right?
Yeah.
100. All right, well, I'm fucking high as a kite anyway. I'm starting to fade fast. So I'm gonna drop out. Green Fingers, Me All, Buddy Kilowatt, Boom Farms, the Major, Smiley, always good hanging out with you boys. Always good seeing everyone in chat. And Eagle, you know, it's always fucking awesome fucking talking shit with Eagle.
Appreciate you, John. Thanks for popping in, brother.
Yeah, we'll catch you on the next one. And yeah, me all for fucking Irish president or PM, whatever the fuck they get over there.
The king still.
He's like, I don't do politics. All right, peace out, everyone. Peace.
How's it going, Green Fingers?
Good. How are you doing? I'm trying not to trip.
I accomplished things today. I've been, I guess it's going on 3 months. When I tried to get my car registered, I paid for it, but they wouldn't give me the stickers because it has recalls, which I didn't even know I had these recalls. One was like what do you call it? Not the seatbelt, the airbag. One was like they put a new alternator in it, and the other was some exhaust sensor. But I've had appointments at the dealer, but you got to get it there early. I didn't want to leave it there for like 2 days. And so if you don't get it there at like 8, 9 in the morning, well, it's going to be there for 2 days. So, but today I got it there at 9 in the morning and they got it back to me at 3 so I can get my stickers. So I finally got that done. It wasn't that big of a, well, I had to get a ride home and ride back there. That was the tricky part. But they fixed it or did whatever they had to do.
I've been at the dealer in town here more than 12 hours at a time, more than once. It's a nightmare. When I say in town here, I mean a 2-hour drive away. There's no getting dropped off at home or taking a cab. You're stuck. It's a bummer.
Well, yeah. I thought about that. I probably could have just Ubered and it'd been less because my trimmer, it was like on the clock. Plus then I paid for gas for his truck. And then I went at the end, I thought, oh, well, yeah, that ride cost me X amount. Like I probably could have Ubered for a half. You know what I'm saying? And got more work done.
Yeah.
That took out of the work day, driving me back and forth. Live and learn.
I'm gonna check out too, guys. And, get heading. Peace out. Appreciate you, Ego. Good hanging out with everybody.
Appreciate you, Smiling. Thank you for
Peace
popping
out,
in,
Smiley.
man.
Have a good one.
Later, Smiley.
I think it's that time. I gotta do a little fucking auto mechanics myself in the morning. I fucking got back today and fucking I'm walking up to the fucking door and I hear like water and I'm like, huh? And I look back and the fucking old Dodge is fucking just raining down all antifreeze. I'm like, oh, great. Somebody's got a busted hose. So yeah, I get to lay under that or find what the fuck's going on with that bright and early in the morning. So
Well, good luck with that. It was good chatting with you guys. Have a good weekend.
Peace out, buddy.
Good one, buddy.
have a good one, buddy. Thank you for popping on.
Yep.
Later, buddy.
I'll be next. And Eagle, everybody, Boom, Robert, yeah, Major, Chat. Happy Sunday.
Yeah, happy Sunday. Thank you for popping on.
I'll pop out next. Give a shout out to my buddy Jinx in the chat and Bonsai Jinx. Have a good one, everybody. Later.
Later, man. Always a pleasure.
Is it only us three now? I don't have it on that view thing. Let me check it out. Oh shit, classic. All right, boys. Green fingers, I'm gonna steal your line. Remember to pop some seeds.
I did.
Peace out, boys.
Peace out.
Love's not auto though. Peace.
Good addition.
All right, everybody go pop some autos. You heard them. Get all those autos out of your system now so you don't have to pop them anymore. All right, here you go. Thank you for popping on tonight. Love you. Have a great
popping in.
year. And keep that purple butt plug shined up for me. Just, I feel like it's getting neglected back there. I'm just like poor purple guy.
I still haven't taken your mark off it.
You left my fluffer nutter all over it. It's got the fluffer nutter stain going down the side. Awesome. Hell yeah. I appreciate that one. Love you, bro. Have a good day.
Later. Too funny. Thank you guys for tuning in, man. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode as much as I did. As Ned Denver, sorry, Ned, was nice enough to point out the backup channel there. Tomorrow's episode will be Mean Gene. A very fun episode. I highly suggest checking out that replay if you didn't have the opportunity to catch it live the first time. Should be an enjoyable one for you. With that said, my deepest apologies again on the shout outs, but I'm going to have to, I do need that half hour. You got to clip some corners somehow. And unfortunately, I got to gain the half hour this way. So, with that being said, if this is the end of your day, your journey, please get some rest. If this is the beginning of your day, your journey, well, take some time out for a little bit of self-love, a little bit of meditation, and that is so important, man. You seriously cannot give what you do not have, and that is some straight up real shit. And along the lines of hopefully what I'm hoping is an amazing Sunday for you, please take time out, do something nice for somebody. Random acts of kindness do save lives. With that being said, I am out of here. You guys have a great day. I will see you tonight. Oh, do not forget tonight. I mentioned a great episode for the afternoon, but tonight, Breeder Steve will be here hanging out with us. So